Tracfone is currently selling the Apple iPhone SE for $159. Hey guys, today I want to let you know that Tracfone.com has the iPhone SE in stock for $159. I'll have some links in the description below in case you're interested, so check those out. Some of the most common questions I get asked on smartphonematters.com are, can I use the iPhone with Tracfone? And where can I buy an iPhone to use with Tracfone? So at $159, this is a pretty good deal if you're a Tracfone customer. Now, Tracfone does sell the iPhone, but when they sell out, they remove it from the store on Tracfone.com. So many times people check the store there, they can't find any iPhones, and they're asking me, where can I get one? It looks like they have them in stock now, and this is a pretty good deal. Now let's check out some of the details here. This is the iPhone SE. Now they only have one storage model here. This is the 32 gigabyte model, and they only have one color choice, and that's the silver. So you see the picture here. The front of the phone is white, and for some reason they don't have a photo of the back of the phone, but it's silver. And at $159, this is a pretty good deal. If you were to buy this phone full price from Apple, the 32 gigabyte of storage model would cost you $349. So that's a $200 price difference. Now, I know immediately what a lot of you guys are thinking, or what you're going to ask me is, can I buy this phone from Tracfone and use it with some other wireless carrier? No, probably not. They're usually activation locked, so you won't be able to use them with a different carrier. If for some reason you're still thinking you're going to buy one because you're going to figure out how to get it to work, I'd say make sure you understand the return policy in case it doesn't work out for you. But if you are a Tracfone.com customer now, or you're interested in signing up and staying with Tracfone, this is a pretty good deal. Now, it turns out that many people don't understand the iPhone SE. This phone is the same size and shape as an earlier iPhone, the iPhone 5S. In fact, if you had a case from the iPhone 5S, it's going to work with the iPhone SE. But in many cases, it has the same features and specs as a much newer iPhone, the iPhone 6S. Now, I'm not going to do a full comparison, but I found this table comparing the iPhone SE to the iPhone 5S. I think it was on digitaltrends.com. You can check that out if you're interested. And the size, the weight, the display size, the resolution of these two phones are identical. They'll both run iOS 11, the latest version of Apple's operating system. Now, the iPhone SE is going to run it a little bit better because the phone is more modern. It has a newer chipset. That's the processors in the phone. The iPhone SE uses the A9 chip versus the iPhone 5S, which uses the A7 chip. The iPhone SE has 2 gigabytes of RAM versus 1 gigabyte of RAM in the iPhone 5S. Now, when it comes to connectivity, this table just shows that both have 4G LTE, but I'm pretty sure the iPhone SE supports more LTE bands, so you'll get better LTE coverage with the iPhone SE. Now, one of the big differences in these two phones is the camera. The iPhone SE has a 12 megapixel camera versus an 8 megapixel camera on the iPhone 5S. So it's going to take better pictures, and the iPhone SE is capable of shooting 4K video as well as 1080p, whereas the iPhone 5S will only shoot 1080p. The iPhone SE also supports Bluetooth 4.2 versus 4.0 on the iPhone 5S. And finally, one of the big differences is the iPhone SE will support Apple's payment system, Apple Pay, whereas the iPhone 5S doesn't. I use Apple Pay all the time and I love it. I think it's a great feature of the iPhone. Now, I think there are a couple things you should know if you're interested in buying this phone. First, you might want to check with Tracfone to see which towers it uses. Tracfone uses the AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile towers, depending on where you live. And the way you can find that out is by clicking on this live chat button, tell the support rep your zip code, and ask which towers it uses. As you can see on the screen, I put up a description of my chat with support and found out that in the Boston area, the phone uses the Verizon towers. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is that when you add this phone to your cart, they're going to offer you the option to buy a service plan, or you can buy the phone without one. If you're already a Tracfone customer, you don't need to buy the phone with a service plan. You should be able to transfer your current service to the phone. Now, if you're going to buy this phone without a service plan because you want to transfer your current Tracfone service to it, just make sure you know which towers your current phone uses versus which towers the new iPhone SE will use, so you don't end up on a different network that doesn't work well in your area. And finally, if you're a customer of some of the other Tracfone brands like Straight Talk, they have the iPhone SE 32 gigabyte model for $129. Total Wireless currently has it for $159. And Simple Mobile is also offering the phone for $130. Now, I'll put links for that in the description below as well. All right, I think that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to let you guys that are interested in Tracfone know the iPhone is available on Tracfone.com, and I will talk to you in the next video.